Hey, little schedule shake-up this morning. So I just wanted to say as a reminder, the way I know I've been reading these readings, I kind of read the cards that are in front of me as they are, but the intent of the reading is to shift energy, is to see where we can shift energy and to get a method how to do it. It's not necessarily a advice or anything like that, or definitely not predictions of the future, but I do strongly believe that energy waves do help us form our lives in positive or negative ways. And I do this reading for myself every morning. It has been hugely beneficial as when I see the cards, I become aware of patterns that may arise on my path during the day. Well, it sounds so esoteric. Patterns that may arise on my path. Shit that may come my way during the day. And a way to deal with it. And I can say I have navigated a number of very difficult situations that I, in the past, before I read tarot, may not have been able to get through as gracefully as I would like. And I will say that that this little reading has been like, oh, yeah, I see that. Okay, I get the advice, I understand it, and it's been interesting. Tarot is an interesting tool. So what is the energy that we're shifting today, or we need to shift to make our way? All right. Seven of Pentacles with the Four of Pentacles. Underneath, Two of Swords as our action card, and the underpinning card is Queen of Swords. Underpinning energy. Sometimes when I read this, the right column is sort of my action and the left column is opposing energy, but I haven't been seeing that lately. It's actually been quite supportive. Things shift, and it's my job as the reader to navigate exactly what I'm being shown here, what we're looking at. And this is really interesting. I want to really interesting feature of this, the coins to the coins, the pentacles to pentacles. Let's confirm the direction. Thank you. I like that. Okay. And tell me about this. Uh-huh. Give me one more, please. Thank you. Yep. Uh-huh. I got that insight as like a blast. It was like, this. Okay. Usually I do these readings before my coffee, and I'm actually halfway through a cup of coffee, and now you see why I do them before. Okay. We're moving up to Seven of Pentacles from Four of Pentacles, with our confirmation being strength. We're getting the strength a lot. Our action card is Two of Swords, supported by the Seven of Swords, the Four of Wands, and the Nine of Wands. It's very nice, actually. Nice complement there. Wands are ideas, inspiration, action. Swords are thoughts. Underneath our energy is the undercurrent of energy is the Queen of Swords. She doesn't look very nice. And the Ten of Pentacles. So what I'm saying is I'm going to start this way. I'm going to start, and we're going to move all the way from left to right like we're reading. I'm going to start with the underpinning energy. What this is the Queen of Swords who gathers information and believes herself and is discerning. She knows how to parse things, how to process information. She gets to the truth and she delivers the truth, and she doesn't deliver it very nicely all the time, okay? So this is like getting a lot of information, but with the Ten of Pentacles, it's like the old way of getting information. It's the way we've always gotten information. And I'm saying this as like trusting our old sources, right? So this is like kind of an outmoded way of doing things, trusting the old sources. We used to trust the news, and now there are so many politically motivated journals out there, and journalists, politically motivated, financially motivated, whatever it is that you know gives rise to this idea of like the news. This is a version of the news. And now it's not even the news. Like tabloid news was something that was disgraceful. And now it's par for the course. So this is our old way of gathering that information, right? Here in the middle, we're moving from this, where this is protecting ourselves, shielding ourselves from things, just saying, okay, this is enough. I don't want to know more. I don't need to know more. I'm going to go to my old standard sources, and that's enough for me. Moving into this sense of, there's a little bit of courage here and faith. With the Seven of Pentacles, which is patience and waiting, and what I feel like really strongly, I feel like this is waiting for the actual truth, the actual information you need to come up. Rather than seeking it out and getting what you need that fits your framework, you may need to passively take a piece of information, set it aside, and wait for the next piece to come in. Sort of like trust but verify, you know? But it's a little bit more like, okay, I've got that. Let's put a pin in that. And before I emotionally invest in this, I'm gonna wait for more what the next piece is. But you know, I always attribute the Seven of Pentacles to, or align it with the fifth I Ching, which is waiting with cause. You know that you're going to wait, but this is a fruitful waiting. There is an outcome. You just don't know what it is yet. Now our method, let me double back. Since this is not an action, we're moving into this energy. This may be more about evaluating with the strength. That might be a better word, right? So don't throw away everything I just said. Just keep in mind that term, evaluating. Our action, our method of doing this is Two of Swords. Two of Swords is always the equal forces coming together. And it's, you know, in a negative sense, it can be the, there's no right decision here, there's no wrong decision. But it can also be differing opinions presented with equal force, equally good arguments. Seven of Swords can be deceit. So, you know, here we're looking at the traditional version, the traditional illustration of Two of Swords is the figure is one figure holding two swords, blindfolded. Here, I feel like we're being barred. You know, it's like we need the password to get through to to the other side where the light is with the crescent moon there. Seven of Swords is gathering information, getting more facts, reading up on it. More than one source, right? There are 7 swords there. And here he's only carrying 3, 4, and 4 and 3 are left behind. 3 are, sort of inserted into the graphic here. So again, look at that. We have that great symbolism. We have the moon barred behind these swords, and then under the light of the moon, he's stealing away with the information. So we're going to get that information. And that information is coming to everyone. Or maybe not everyone. Actually, if you look at the way these are set up and read it like a sentence, this is getting more information that this is the 9 of Wands. This is defense, barriers, walls. This is information that may not be available to everyone. It's blocked to everyone. 4 of Wands being the greater community. This also may have to do simply with your peace of mind. Choosing what you're going to bring into your home for your peace of mind, or bring into yourself, your happy space, right? I don't think that those two concepts are mutually exclusive. I can't tell you and would not advise you how to gather your news, but I feel like my mission here is to encourage you to bring positivity into your home, so that this time of, like I did a brief scan of the news this morning, and it's not great. But you know what? We know it's not great. So how we choose to invest in that and how we choose to take that news is a huge importance. There are all kinds of health. Right now we're all focused on staying away from this illness that's being spread around, the pandemic. But emotional illness, being emotionally fit helps your immune system, and it's going to help in that. I think that being sequestered like this is, our emotional health is probably number one. We've already taken care of the physical part. We need to really take care of our emotional health, and that's where I think that moving from this energy of like, gotta protect myself, I just need to, that's a little bit selfish, self-protecting in a negative way. It's like shielding as opposed to protecting. When you shield, you can also block out the good stuff. It's like when you take an antibiotic and it just kills all the bacteria, right? And you gotta eat yogurt or something to like get the good bacteria going. This waiting, like in waiting, there is an openness, whereas in the 4 of Pentacles, there's no openness here. She's in a tower, looking out a window, and she's only got 4 pentacles. One is in the distance. Here is, look at the abundance that's happening here in this waiting. There's a lot coming in, and look at the strength that I feel is, kind of, you can look at it this way and see how it ripples outward into like, yeah, this is a position of fortitude. I hope that wasn't too preachy. But that's what got laid on the table. It's actually pretty good. It's pretty good. Take from it what you will, and be well. See you tonight with some music.